Hello and welcome to Click to Unlock's continuing walkthrough of Thief. This is chapter 6, A Man Apart. And man, is this a long, tiresome mission, especially if you're after all the loot. This walkthrough is all the collectibles and I get 88% of the loot. I think I'm missing 11 items of actual loot. I also try and stealth it to a point, but I get caught out about, I don't know, a quarter of an hour into it, and into this edit about a quarter of an hour into it. So up to a point I can stealth. You can watch to see how you can stealth it, but after a while I get caught out. But to start off with, you've got this dog over here. You can use choke arrows on dogs because they can be annoying, and you can use them on the birds as well. It's actually a bird that actually does catch me out inside the house a bit later on. But the first thing you want to do on this mission, it's the first collectible on the mission, is you want to head round this side of these pillars and climb up this column here and jump across, and in the bird's nest here is the first item of loot, and it just happens to be a collectible as well. Greater Rustain. Nice little piece. Right, so we got this guy walking around. He does his journey. I've edited out quite a lot of the waiting because otherwise this video would be like 2 hours or something long. So I'm going to keep to the basics. So I took him out from the high advantage point. Then I've moved round into this courtyard here. You've got these two guys having a little chat, and there's another guy as well, sort of standing guard over there. Now, you can either be really patient and ghostly, but there is loot to be had here, so I figured the easiest way to get the loot, and that's kind of my philosophy on these loot guides, is the easiest way to get the loot, to be able to explore, to find all the stuff, is to basically take out the guards. Anyway, if you was ghosting it, I mean, these edits would probably be about 4 hours long or something. So that guy there, he walks off, and you can take him out kind of sneakily. You can water arrow the fire bin there, which makes this nice little area nice and dark, makes it a lot easier. As I said, at this point I was going for an undetected run through. You know, you might as well try it. You might as well have a go. Do you know what I mean? There's no point in just doing it and just running through gung-ho. You've got to try and get into character of a thief, surely. So anyway, this guy, the other one who you can see through the gap there, he's not the brightest spark. He really isn't. He's one short of a six-pack, I think, because his pal here has just walked out into the pathway, and I figure, you know, I'm going to take him out. I'm in the dark, and he doesn't see it. So you can take him out there, and that other guy over there, he won't notice that. Right, so to get this guy, I basically decided to use my water arrow again to take out this torch here, which kind of alerts him. And then basically in that, way steady on there, cowboy. Whoa, whoa, easy, tiger. But he goes to light the fire again, and when he's lighting the fire, he's easy pickings to take him out there. So that's quite. So once you've done him, there's a couple of bits to pick up. Water arrows, definitely arrows and things are well handy to pick up if you're trying to stealth. There's a little cup there. And then also as well, where he was going to light the torch, there's a little gold goblet there that can be easily missed, just sitting on that block there. Right, so now we're going to keep heading round the perimeter to the right, and I'm going to take out this torch here, because there's a guard does his rounds, and he appears at the top of the stairs, and once he's at the top of the stairs, I was very lucky to catch him just at the top of the stairs there, because you know, there's another guard up here, and he would have seen it for sure. But he was on the stairs, so it was in the dark, and then you can take out this guy with an arrow. Make sure his head is visible, otherwise you won't get him. It will flex off his hat. But you can take him out. There is another two guards around the other side, but before we do that, you can head round here. There's a little bit of loot on this crate round here. There we go, nice little knife. And also as well, I just went back down the stairs. There's two guards up there on the balcony, but there are two cups on this bridge. So I got that one then because it was easy enough, because with that guard taken out with the arrow, he was looking down. So if you try and get that before taking him down, you'll get caught. But now I want to sort of... you could take out these guys, but you know you're kind of going to lose your detection stuff really, because even these guards. Oh look, what's he doing? What's he doing? He's going in for the pickpocket. Oh, this man's a master. Oh, look at that. The cheek of him. The cheek. Oh. Right, anyway, back down the stairs. There's these rooms down here. So I didn't take out them guys, 2 at once. Like I said, I'm going for the stealth still. And in this room here, there's a little golden cog hidden down here. Make sure you get that gear there. And then there's this valve. So by turning this valve, you turn off the waterfall in front of it there, but it also turns off a waterfall on where you started at the beginning of the map. So we'll come back to that in a second. Crawl out of this hole. There's a little bit of loot just sneakily hiding there. And also, if you just climb up directly, them guys can't really see you, but if you climb up directly just here where the waterfall was falling down, just in here, there's the second collectible on the map. It's a plaque on the wall just there. Nice. Lovely jubbly. What's that one? Elias Northcrest statue. Nice. City heritage plaque. Right, so them guys up there, they're doing their thing. You can kind of... Right, now you can go out the door on the other side, and now you're in the shadows kind of thing. So you can move around. There's still this gold cup on the bridge. Now, I kind of done this by sneaking around in the shadows below them. And then basically, nice and easy, no sudden movements. And once you're in the light kind of thing, you can hop over. And as you can see, I didn't do that as most professional, and they still didn't see me. To get out of here, I then climbed up right on top of those pillars. That was a bit of an accident. Had a little minor bowel movement when I started climbing up the wall, but it worked out all right. So, because I was still in the darkness, I guess. So that there is a nice little. That there was that little part of the map all kind of cleared out. And then, as I mentioned earlier, when you turn the valve, you also turn off the waterfall for this waterfall over here, which is kind of like the drainage system for the building, and also a secret area with a nice little bit of loot. So that's an easy one to miss if you've been searching around for the loot. So you can basically follow the secret passages into the basement of the building, and this is a completely legitimate way of actually getting into the building itself as per the mission. So you work your way up. You can climb up here. Scavenge around, there we go. Up, see daisy, lovely, and then we're in. And then so you can go in that door there. Oh, don't forget this little bit of loot down here, easily missed little purse. So you can go in that door here, but we don't want to do that just yet because there's loads of loot outside still, because there's a whole area that I've not explored yet and stuff. But so I'm going to go out this way. A little tip: if you do follow this route, if you do this kind of thing, when you come to this picklock door, just go out and do this guy straight away. If you're not ghosting, just because otherwise he goes up and he starts walking around, and it makes this little section here a little bit tricky. So the technique that I deploy here, and also remain undetected as well, is to first of all take out this torch here. And once I've got a bit of cover, darkness cover up there, I position myself so there's a guy who's sort of standing still reading something, and you can follow the patrols. Now that guy walks off to the right. He's got quite a long patrol, but there's another guy, you'll see him entering on the left here, and he has quite a short patrol. So as soon as he turns round, now you've got to burst into action. You can take out that guy with an arrow, run up, switch round. This guy here, he's about to come back round on his patrol back, so you've got to take him out before he comes back to see the dead body you've left. And now the race is against time now. Now this guy notices the body, but of course he's exposing his face. Oh, he's missed, he's missed. Oh, the pressure's on, the pressure's on. Got it. Look at that. It's as if I wasn't there. Well, you know, kind of. Right, so now we can go and pick up some loot. There's the vase there on the side, and there's another little golden flask on the case here. Let's have a little stat update. So I've got 2 of the collectibles and 12 of 90 bits of loot so far. There's a dog here, which almost caught me out. I was going to use a choke arrow on him, but then decided not. So, yeah, you move around, and there's another little bit of loot here. A little candlestick. And now a sneaky bit of loot. So, climb up onto this block here, which enables you to climb up. Here, there's a bit of loot to the left in a bird's nest. Over there. There it is. Right, so you can jump across. Come on, fella. That's it. Nice. Here we go. And then you can go to the bird's nest and grab... what's that? A ring? A ring and a bird's nest. Alright, so in this little section here, you've got this big crate. So bring it down with a blunt arrow for ease. And now that allows you now to climb up a little bit higher onto these pipes like so. Once you're up here, you can get your rope arrow out. You should have a rope arrow. By this time in the game, you should be proper tooled up, really, and that before any mission. And you can get your rope arrow, and you can ascend the building. So this is like another legitimate way just to get into the building. So you could have gone in the basement, and you could go this way. For loot purposes, I found it better to go into this attic way, because now we've kind of gone in the basement and cleaned that room out. And now we can kind of do the house from the top to the bottom and try and clear the loot in a methodical, organised way. Again, that guy there, a bit like the guy in the cellar door, you could just go and take him out straight away while he's like standing there. But, you know, I was trying to be creative. I was trying to look at something and trying to do it a little bit more entertaining. It's better to do it from above. Death from above. Look at that. That'll teach you. Right, so now we're up here. We've got a couple of bits of loot to pick up before we go exploring. So a nice little coin purse. And also back in the little kind of room where he was originally, where you entered, there's a few little bits and pieces up here. Like, I don't know what I'm taking my time for there. And that there's a note, and there's a little bit of loot on the side. Right, so once you've done that, we can start heading down the stairs, and you get to this landing here. And I would advise strongly to climb up. You can kind of see the scratch marks there. There's a bit of loot there, but there's traps galore. There's traps covering the doors. There's traps covering the floors. So it's not safe to start going through. The temptation to go into the room straight away is pretty great, but don't bother. So climb up here, and you can get through one of the ventilation shafts into this room. Again, don't go into the room yet. It's you know, we've got a job to do. It's professional. You know, the loot's not going nowhere. There's no rush. And we can head in here, and there's a couple of the trap boxes are up here on this kind of level. So this will make the place safe for us. We take out this one, and there's also one directly opposite. So I think one is the floor traps, and one's a trap on a door. So just for peace of mind, you can climb up over the other side and take out this one as well. Nice. Look at that. Right, so now we've kind of made this little area a little bit safer for us to move around in. We will methodically go through and steal everything. Right. So first bedroom. In this bedroom, there's a bathroom. So let's do this methodically. Go in the bathroom. There's a little pot in here. In the bedroom, there's a bit of loot over here. We've got a note, and I believe there's something in the drawer. Look at that little purse. There's also these drawers over by the fireplace. There's a letter opener in there, and an ink bottle. Don't forget the ink bottle. And that's it for that room. Right, so now we can head out. We can grab that little bit of loot that was sparkling so tantalizingly tempting us across the traps earlier. But now we can pick that one up and head into the room that we kind of stealthed around as well. Okay, so there's a couple of bits in here. In the cupboard, just here. By the way, I have tried to edit out all the empty drawers. So I kind of have, I believe, I hope, searched every drawer in these rooms that I'm in. So if I have missed a bit of loot in one of these rooms, if you don't see me picking it up, then I have missed it. But I've tried to edit it down to make this a little bit more easier to view and so forth. And I've also edited out the picking of the locks to speed the whole thing up. Right, so this door, this is the next one along on that little corridor. This is the upstairs part of the library. Now, there's one guard doing the rounds up here. This is basically where my stealth mission comes to an end. I'm being really clever here, taking out the candles, and I thought I'd really got on a really good little a really good technique here by climbing up onto this bookcase, and there's a big drop down into the lower room, but I thought it'd be cool and jump across the gap because I knew the guard basically walks around, and I thought I'd take him out from above. Easy peasy, but I didn't notice that there was a bird. There was a bird on the table, and it saw me, which is and unfortunately now means that my remain undetected challenge has failed. So I was really quite disappointed with that because he was only one guard on his own up here, and I could have easily taken him out. So a bit annoyed. Anyway, there's a chess piece. And there's also a note on the table that the bird was on as well. It's a manor floor plan, which could be handy. And also as well, just on the stairs, you don't have to go down the stairs, but just on the kind of ledge there is another bit of loot there. Alright, oh dearie me, look at you stupid guard. But anyway, where you take him down, there's also a set of drawers here, so make sure you check them. There is a couple of little bits and bobs. There we go. Right. So, we'll head out of the library and into the next section. So we're still on this kind of first floor area. There's a set of drawers here. Make sure you check them. Oh, I thought there was something in there. That's a bit lame. Right, so we head around, and here we have another set of traps. Make sure you kind of look out for them traps. They are all over the place. And you can kind of climb up this side. And there is another one of the trap boxes hidden up here, which is all good. Nice. And then I'll climb up on the other side, and we can get in this room like so. I don't think you don't need to do that now. You could have just opened the door because you took out the traps. But it, you know, if you go, you know, I feel more thief-like if I'm going through events. So in this room, I just saw there was a little bit of loot first next to the bed. Then there's a note. Next to the fire, and there's a lantern opener on the side, other set of drawers, and we have a purse. Lovely. Also next to the bed, there's this big chest next to the bed with a nice, lovely bit of loot there. What's that? Baron's bust, 60 gold. Good. Okay, so this is the door at the other end of that room, and there's the painting there, which is kind of the mission. One of the main mission things, but we don't want to go in there just yet. We haven't finished searching around. There's this little kind of spare room here. This has another note in it. I haven't purposely... another bit of loot up on top of that shelf there. With the documents, I haven't really been going at pains to make sure I find all the documents, but I've left them in the edit just to sort of show you, if you are going from there might be a document you might have missed. So this little hole here, this shows you where this secret room is, but you need to basically come to this painting. You have to feel around the edges of the painting, and that brings you into this secret room, and this is where we're going to pick up another one of our collectibles. So this isn't mission critical, but this is, if you want to get all the collectibles, you have to do this. So we get this puzzle here which shows this weight, and you have to rotate to allow the weight to drop. Move down to just get it. So basically you want to move the top disc around once. Well, the top one stayed the same, so the second one down you want to move it left once, the next one down, so you don't move the top one, that's already in position. This one you want to move it left once, then head down, right once, and then this one just head it twice in any direction, and then it should operate the head. And on this one, simply just line up the picture. Although it's a little bit off, it can be a bit confusing. Just all you need to do is basically line up the picture to create one image, and it will open up the box and allow you to pick up the collectible Heart of the Lion. Unique bit of loot. Lovely. Right. Onwards. Right, so we keep going around on this first floor, and you could head up, and that's sort of mission critical stuff, but we want to get the loot, so we're going to head downstairs. I found the little way that I found here was to jump over the banisters here, and you're kind of into darkness, and you can then sort of take out the candles that are around, and kind of move in these shadows here and that, lure people with bottles if you so wish. So yeah, basically that's what I'm kind of doing here, kind of moving around, creating some darkness for myself. And then there's 2 guards in this little room here. And eventually in that I kind of, you know, if I was going to... you don't actually have to take out these guys at all, really, and that they can just stay there. There's nothing in this room that's really essential as such, loot-wise. But now that I've been detected, I kind of like looking at their money on their pockets, really. Just getting a bit greedy, you know. And then I see this guy here, look, see you. I'm going to take you out. But he notices. So I was trying to be a bit stealthy, but... it's kind of just sort of, you know, gone out the window a bit now, and I kind of figured to myself that, you know, if I want to have a proper search around for the loot, as I mentioned earlier, it's just easier if you know, can have a free reign of the room. All right, mate, all right. I was only trying to steal from the house. Don't need to hit me with a sword, man. God, what was his problem? Anyway, right, so now he's taken out. There's another bird there, so I kind of just sort of like start seeing this. To remain completely undetected would be a bit of a mission, but you can get round here easy enough. And now we've got another couple of guys who are quite close together. So again, taking these out would be a little bit of a challenge. But if you was, you know, if you was really trying to be stealthy, again, more throwables down the hallway. Distracting them would be the easiest way, and then you could take out the candles and the like. You know, I kind of need to get away with it anyway now, so I can take him out, and another guy gets the ump. You know, I mean, I only knocked his mate out. It's not as if I was like, you know, stealing his house. It's not as if I was like robbing his family heirlooms, was it? He should have just stepped aside, really. Right, so that's them ones out of the way as well. So I apologise for this kind of really unprofessional kind of couple of minutes of play there. Quite disappointing watching it back. Anyway, right, so there's a couple of bits of loot in here. Make sure you get the chest pieces. And there is a safe. We'll come back to the safe shortly, though. But we will get in there in a minute. So here we go. We're going to move into here. What's this in this room in here? Another little bathroom. Make sure you look in here because there is an item in this set of drawers. There we go, perfume bottle. Right now, so we're starting to have the free run of the place now. Make sure there is a couple of drawers that appear in the hallways. Make sure you keep an eye out for those. This one here has got a little purse in it. And then this guy, he was in the main dining hall, and he does a little round where he walks through the corridors. So it's really handy to wait until he walks out of the room. Otherwise, there's another guard in there. And you can just take him out as he does his little round. Don't forget this room. This room's got a couple of bits of loot in it. There's a sneaky bust on the shelves here. And there's also another bit, if you follow the room right the way around. There, look at that. Sneakily on the chair. Right. So now I think we're ready to go into the main dining hall. Like I said, that other guy, you can wait for him to come out. And it only leaves one guy in here, which is a lot easier. You can do him from an aerial takedown from where you kind of initially come in. That one of the first rooms that we were looting. If you was up there, you can just see the balcony there. You can drop on him from above, but you know, because I've kind of taken out pretty much every other guard on this floor already, I figured an arrow in the face would be a good way to release the stress and the tension. You know, because every thief, you know, he needs to release that stress. So there's a couple of bits of loot in this room. We've got a saucer at the back, and on the tables. Wait, oh, there's a cup there. Don't you think you're getting away with it? No. Right. There's also these drawers over here. You can pick this lock on this drawer. Nice. Another gold saucer. Cup on the side table, and there's a couple of bits on this table over here as well. Make sure you get all them. Oh, the loot bag is filling up now. And also as well, don't forget there's a cabinet. There's 2 cabinets. One hasn't got anything in it, but this one that you can pick has a gold bottle, gilded bottle in it, which is nice. This is another one of those drawers in the kind of hallways, so make sure you get that one as well. Right, so now we're kind of heading round, and we've got this. There's another bedroom downstairs. It looks identical to the other one upstairs, make sure you check this drawer as well. There's a watch medal in there. But this bedroom, it looks identical to the one upstairs, but it's not. So it looks like you're doing the same room again, but you're not. So it's another bathroom, and there's a few bits around this one as well. There's a set of drawers next to the bed. So to not be confusing, that the little bit that would just come up, them drawers, that was two separate bits of drawers in the hallway kind of area that was around there, and one of them was close to the entrance of this room. That's why the edit there seemed to jump a little bit, but it was basically outside that room, that set of drawers. So into the kitchen, there's a saucer on the shelf here, and then you can head down into the wine cellar, and there is a bottle on the shelves in the wine cellar. Yep. And that's basically all that I found down there. Right, so that leaves on this floor the kind of the downstairs area of the library. So there's I think there's 3 guards in here. There's one doing the rounds. So I found by climbing up onto a shelf up here, you could take him out from above. And also as well, you can kind of, if you're trying to be really stealthy, you can kind of jump around on top of the bookshelves, which is really quite handy. Oh, I didn't check on top of that shelf in the middle there. I wonder if you could have a look on that. Oh, I might have to have a look at that again. I just saw a shelf that you might be able to climb up on. Well, anyway, for these guys here, I thought the best way to take it out would just be to get rid of the light, which is the fireplace. This kind of alerts these to the presence of somebody, you know. But, you know, so while they're looking at the fireplace, take out this guy. And that leaves one more fella, so it become a fight and knocked him out. Yes, that'll teach him. Right, so with these 2 guards, make sure you search them, because this guy's got a note on him, Annabelle's note. And Annabelle's note, basically, if you remember that safe box that we saw a little while ago, gives the combination 889. So taking out that guard is important. You either take him out or pickpocket him, but if you want to get in that safe, you probably, although saying that though, you could watch this video and get in that safe, because you'd have the combination, so you wouldn't even necessarily have to do that. But there's a couple of bits of loot in here in the corner of the room, and then once you've done that, yep, head back up to that safe armed with Annabelle's note, which I find quite apt, because Annabelle is the name of my little girl, and you know, she's helped me out. She's helped me out to steal, God, chip off the old block. Bless her, bless her. Right, so we're getting here, and we have a nice bit of loot, gold bust, and also a lovely collectible sapphire circle. Wonderful, wonderful. Right, so now we head upstairs in the house, and we get on with the actual mission, what we're actually supposed to be doing, as opposed to just stealing everything. And we head up into this air vent here, up some pipes in this ventilation shaft. It's behind you, James. There it is. Yeah, that's the one. Up we go, moving around. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Here we go. Moving around a ventilation shaft, and we can drop down and inside. Right, so now we're in here. You kind of have to do some more climbing. There's another lift shaft here, and you kind of have it round the lift shaft, and then keep moving upwards, because the stairwell is broken. This is all pretty easy. It's all one-way street. The only thing is when the lift starts moving, you have to kind of wait for it to pass, because some gears stop you from jumping past. Here we go. Yeah, so I've edited that. The lift goes past, and you can continue to climb up. And this bit here, all it means is that you could get up the stairs that had been broken. So jump on the stairs, head up the stairs to the top, and basically this is the Baron's room, and you end up having a chat with this guy and whatnot, and then basically you come back down in the lift. But the house has changed a little bit now, so you've got to go back into the house, but it's been taken over by some other fellas, so it's not clear anymore. If you're a technique for doing this, if you're quick, you can open that door real quick and blast arrow all of those guys. but I saw them and I was a bit slow to react. But if you haven't played this mission yet, get your blast arrow out. I didn't even have a blast arrow, but if you had a blast arrow, you could probably take out all 3 of those guys there in one go. So unfortunately, I've had to do it the long-winded way, which was taking out one guy there. Made a bit of noise, attempted to drop something on someone's head. I do think I hit a guy there, actually. I made a bit of noise. And then waited a little while. This is just sort of, you know, sped up for time purposes, but you know, they basically after a while always calm down and go back to what they was doing, and slowly but surely kind of worked my way around and took them out. Again, used the banister technique to keep in the dark down here because there's more guards. Also as well, because these guys aren't the original set of guards. Oh, get him. Hurry up. Oh, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man? Oh, so frustrating. I mean, it crawls along like a 90-year-old. Right, so don't forget, because the other guards, there's a bit of loot in here. This is one of the other guards. He's dropped a purse now, so there is a few items of loot around. And then there's this guy over here. Kind of, you know, lost my patience a bit now and everything. And I'm just all out predator now. If I see someone, they're just getting it now. You know, all elements of stealth have just gone. Right, so once we've taken them guys out, there's a room on the floor down here, which has got this kind of like gas blowing, fuel blowing. So I made a bit of noise, got a fire arrow out, waited for this guy to walk around, and just burnt him. You know, can you tell that I'm getting annoyed? Can you tell that I'm getting frustrated? So you can move around now. There's a little bit of loot here on the boxes, which is easily missed, as I just nearly did, but I was sure it was there. There we go, got them scissors. And then you can head into this room and pick up a couple of items as well. A nice little watch seal there, and there's a little vase around here next to this cabinet. Right, so now the mission wants you to go out into this courtyard, but we don't want to do that just yet because we've still got some stuff in the house to do. So head back upstairs into the house because there's another room has kind of opened up and now is available. Watch out for that guy, you! Ah, run away, run away! If you do get caught like me there, getting impatient and have to run away, a nice little technique is what I kind of discovered by accident, is you can run and jump and get onto these kind of ledges here, and then for some reason he can't see you anymore. Lets his guard down, and then bosh, have that. Right, so as I was saying, head round. This room over here has opened up, and there's a few guards milling around, getting up to no good. Around the edge around here once he moves around. So this guy, look, he takes out one of the guards. So I think there's 3 guards here. There's 3 guards. Now the easiest way to take out these 3 guards is to climb up onto this cabinet around the side, have it across into this room. So there's one guy here, he's trying to get in these safes, and another guy kind of does a patrol. So wait until the guy goes out of the room doing a patrol. He comes up to this safe. You can knock him out, and then basically, so there's got 2 guys left, and basically, kind of, you know, just wait nice and stealthy. Oh, what's he doing? What is wrong with this guy? Surely that should have been a like, run away, run away, run away. Oh God! If you do need to run away, do it this way: run up, run up, and get high. And head across this beam here, and because you need to do this anyway, right? You need to do this anyway. So get into the ventilation shafts, and before you go heading that way down them, chuck a right, and you'll see here there's a couple of notes. So there's a bit of loot and a note. If we look at the note, it tells you that there is a safe combination of 017. So that's basically the other safe that was in the room that the guard was trying to get in. That's the combination to that safe. And there's also a bond there as well. So now the other guards have forgotten about you. Clearly, you know, you just killed one of their pals and you disappeared, and they've gone back to exactly what they was doing, obviously. You can now take them out a little bit easier and at your leisure. So that's one, and that leaves one more to get. There's the safe, but, you know, let's take out the other guard first. There we go. There we go. Right, so a few bits of... Now we've got the free run of the place. A few bits of loot. So there's some scissors there. Another collectible on the wall here. Nice, easily missed. Yep, there we go. The married spinster. And there's also, as well... there is another bit of loot out in that corridor. There's a bond. Look at that, a bond in there. And yep, here we go. And that's my mind, because I saw the glitter and I almost missed it. But I go back out and make sure I get that. Right, so now I'm all happy with all that loot. We go and put the code that we saw on the note, which is 017. And that allows us to get into this safe here with lots and lots of goodies. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Right, but that's still not everything in this little area, because there's some goodies in there as well. So we want to have it back up into our ventilation shaft. If you didn't do this the first time round, because this is, you know, logically you probably would have done this, but you can head around into this ventilation shaft, and this takes you into what I guess is a secret room, and you can then pick up a few bits of loot in here. So we've got a pen, a couple of scroll holders, is it? And that, yeah, and there's a book in here as well that you can grab. Right, so if we go back into the room with the safe in it, we can also now, this is the mission. So we went into the room downstairs before, but that is another way into this area. So there is a couple of guards in here. Take them out. I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's just me fighting guards. Head around, and there's this stone in the wall, which reveals a secret passage. Here we go. So we're getting closer now. We're getting closer to the end of the mission now. So now we've got to get downstairs into the laboratory. So there's a few more bits of loot to pick on our way down to the laboratory. So we head in this room, pull the lever. Open sesame! Rah, rah. Here we go. Right, so down into the basement, and here we get our first little bit of loot. Is on the floor over here. It's a gold flask. There it is. Thank you. So look, what are we looking at the moment? We've got 70 of 90 and 5 of the 6 collectibles. So we're almost there in terms of collectibles. 20 loot left. So I think I end up getting another 9 bits, I think. I think I end up with a little bit short. I'm not too sure. But most of the loot you're going to pick up is in here. Right, so when you go down the stairs, make sure you double back into the room behind you to get that bit that was just there. Then in this room, we've got... stuff on the table. There's another bit over here. Microscope. Nice, nice, nice. And a rope arrow. Make sure you get that rope arrow, because if you've run out of rope arrows, you're gonna need it in order to get the next collectible. So that we've got that magnifying glass, and another scroll holder. This is lovely. Right, and there's another little bit of loot in here. So all these notes are telling you what to do with the machinery and a part of the mission. But there's also another bit of loot there. So we want to head down. When you come into this room, you want to head to the left. There's a document there, and whack the machine on. So this lever here. And then you want to head up the stairs, go past the valves to operate this machinery, and head up to this kind of level up here. There's a note there to grab, but we want to basically get your rope arrow out. Hopefully you've just picked that one up a second ago that I mentioned. Fire that into this ledge here, and you can kind of jump across to the ledge over here, which is a secret area, I believe, because you get the funny little noise, music come up. And we've got a gold telescope, but also as well, easily missed. As you can tell, I'm having a little look around, and on the side here, there is the final collectible, Braggart's Memory, the final collectible on the map. So that's all the collectibles. Now all you have to do is finish off the mission, which is no easy feat, and there is a couple of items of loot to grab still. To make the machine work, you basically have to turn the valves until it kind of all starts rumbling and as if it's going to collapse, and you kind of have to repeat this process about 3 times until the whole machine completely explodes, revealing the kind of like special item inside, whatever it is, some magical stone or whatever. I don't care about the magical stuff, I just want the gold. You know, silver, yeah, but I want the gold. You know, people's gold and money. Right, so once you've blown that up and you've grabbed that, you've got to basically make your way through the sewers, out until continue through the sewers until you see the burning bridge. It's all pretty linear, and you come to this kind of first little section here. In order to get across the kind of river gap here, I used a blunt arrow to dislodge the boat. You can go around and just break it with your blackjack, but you might get burnt. So, you know, if you've got loads of blunt arrows, which you should really, you can just get the boat moving there. Make sure you pick up as much food. As you can see, my health here was pretty dire at this point, and it's advisable to have some health for this section, because in order to get the loot that's lying around, you might get a little bit burnt. So pick up, if you've got food, use it. Definitely pick up that bit that was there. Right, so we're almost done. We've got to head up the rope and into this little section here. And we got loot in here. Right, so this is where you've got to be quick here. As soon as you run in that room, grab that candlestick, grab that food, and then run down the stairs, and then you have to pick this box. So, and if you don't hurry up, you will get burnt and die. So hurry up. Hurry up! Quickly! There we go. Come on, open it up in your own time. There we go. So we get the watch. Right, so now we head out into this next courtyard. There's a big explosion. So then we have to run up and get on this level here. Keep ascending, and you can then jump across the rope. That's it. Keep heading up into the next room. Lovely. And then keep kind of following the route round. Things blow up and whatnot in front of you, but you know, you can keep kind of, you can keep on target. Now there is a rope here. It wasn't very obvious, but you know, you can jump on this rope. I think I just missed a bit of loot down there. Oh my god, I've just seen it. I literally have just seen a bit of loot down there. There's a bit of loot down there on a barrel. Oh well, I missed it, but if you're watching this, don't miss it. There was a bit of loot down there. Oh, that's annoying. How annoying is that? I even edited all this footage and didn't see it there either. Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. Right, so keep on heading out and round across the roofs. And then we're going to go round here, jump across. That's all we need, fell off. Come on. Oh my god, what's he doing? Oh, right, that's it, up here. And into this burning room. Now, if you go into this room, you see there's loot in front of you there. Basically, to get this loot, you've got to head round these stairs, pick up this food, and then just be brave. Be brave and run through the fire. Run through the fire. And you can grab that bit of loot and carry on heading on. I did pick that up, didn't I? I'm sure I did. I did pick it up. Did I? I hope so. Right, so once you've I've worked out how to get it, I hope I did get it. So once you've like gone through there, push through the oh god, I'm laughing at myself. Push through and to the final section of the mission, and then basically you just have to sprint across this bit of the bridge in order for the mission to finish. I still can't get over. I'm gonna have to rewind this video in a minute and see if I actually did pick that urn up or not. So there's definitely another bit though in there. Oh god, dearie me. You guys don't know how lucky you are to watch my tomfoolery. Right, so final section. Just yeah, run. That's all my advice can be in this last little bit. And this will take you to the end of this mammoth mission. Absolutely mammoth, epic mission. So duck. Right, move around to the right. That's it. Good. And this, and then out to the final part of the mission. Oh, I thought I saw something. Right, this bit you have got to be quick. This last little bit you have got to be quick. You've got to kind of run across the courtyard and jump in this window. This is epic. I love this little bit here. Look at this. Whoa. That's some real good physics going on there. Don't know why. I really like that bit. So then run to the end of the room and then climb up onto this kind of cabinet, and then up and at 'em. Around, run, and to safety. That's it. Right. So that was the all collectibles walkthrough. Let's have a little look at my completion stats. Let's have a look. So that's all the collectibles. Not very ghost-like, but all the collectibles. 79 of 90. Should at least been 80 because I saw one there. That's 88%. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check back for the next parts. They'll be going up over the weekend. And yeah, I've been James. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.